Morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Nebraska Hunter, the channel formerly known as The Hunt. Yes, I did change names. There was a reason behind it. I'll get into that here in a little bit. But as you can see, we're headed down to the river bottom. We're gonna look for some sheds, and I gotta get my cams out of the trees down here. I put my cams up, I never took them down, I should say. They've been up since basically last July. Last time I checked them was probably 1st of December, but haven't had a chance to. It's been kind of a chaotic winter with my man cave overhaul. I'll show you that, some clips of that here after a bit. But then the beginning of February, it got cold, and we had basically a whole winter's worth of snow basically in the month of February. It snowed, and it snowed a lot. So we're gonna come down here. It's been a while. I needed to get out of the house, a little cooped up, but I'm just gonna park here at the edge of the field. Usually I would walk in, clear back in that corner over there is where my stand is and stuff. But we're gonna take our time, and we're gonna walk in. Because I want to look for some sheds. I don't ever have any luck finding sheds down here unless we pick it up in a tractor tire. But so let's go for a little walk, and we're just gonna meander, take our time. So they're talking. Biggest reason I wanted to come down today, it's what is today's date? It's March 13th. And they're talking beginning this afternoon, we're supposed to get like 4 inches of rain over the next 4 days. So we're going to, I want to get my cams out. That's the biggest thing. So I'm sure they're long dead, but I want to see what's on them, and hope nobody stole them. I'd be very agitated. But let's look for some sheds on our way in and see what we find. So I'm sure you fans that are watching, and to the new ones that maybe here in the future will join my channel here, are wondering, why did you change from the Hunt to the Nebraska Hunter? Well, the Hunt was never I never cared much for the name. It was so bland, it was boring, and it kind of insinuated that, that's all I was gonna do. Well, was not my original plan for the channel. I love everything. Everything there's about hunting, but there's so much more to hunting than just going out and hunting. Hunting is more the reward. There is 75% of it is preparation. You have to, gear, decoys, calls, setting up places to hunt, finding places to hunt, practicing, shooting your bow, rifle, shotgun. That's a lot of it too, and that's all stuff I enjoy. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to do more of I want to take my channel, and I want to show you guys the prep work. I'm still going to take you guys out on hunts. That's not a problem. But I want to show you the steps that it takes to prepare for each specific hunt. Like, so spring turkey opens here very shortly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down. This is just an example. I'm going to break it down over a few videos of, say, what gear you're going to need. We'll go over calls, etc. So that's also kind of another reason I'm down here today. I want to kind of pick out a place where I want to set up my turkey blind. But I love talking hunting. I love educating about hunting. And that's what I want to do. That's going to be the main focus, not 100% of the focus, because like I said, we'll still come out and we'll hunt and do fun stuff like that. Last fall was not a good fall. It was too warm. That was the biggest problem with hunting last fall, was it was too warm for deer hunting. I'm not saying it was unsuccessful, because anytime you get to see deer, that's a good day. But I've had more than my share of hunting seasons where I've sat for a week and not saw a single deer. And that's moving from different stands. And then the reason, you might ask, well, would you have had a better opportunity if you would have moved to a different position? Well, in my timber, where I have my stand now, is at a crossroads. So that's why I have it there, and that's where all the deer kind of, well, they cross paths right there. So that's a good. That's why I leave it there. And the timber's so overgrown, you can't see. That's the clearest part of the timber. That's the spot last fall where Dad and I came down and shot. I have a video up on that. So, okay. I'm just kind of yammering here. Let me do a little walking here and we'll get inside the timber. Alright, so I'm in a different part of the timber than I'm normally in. And the deer sure do have some paths beat down through here. Of course, they're wiry. I'm 6'4", so a deer can get through some areas a lot better than I can. So, but basically, so it's March 13th, and basically, what we're looking for is any kind of an area where it's a bone, where deer might kind of congregate, or a buck might sneak through, because it being this late, all the bucks should have shed by now. So, and I've seen videos where they've just as easily been standing there and shook their head or itched with their hind leg, their ear, and their antler fall off, or low-lying areas like this where they'll hit it and it'll fall off. So as far as how the end of season ended last year, rifle season, do I think there's any bucks still around? Yes, I do. From my cameras that I saw, even after rifle season, there's still bucks around. They're still here. like I said, it was just too warm, and the majority of the time they were nocturnal, and it is what it is. So they're here now, depending on whether if they're in my timber. Most of the time when I saw bucks, they were coming from the neighboring timber, and I can't go in there. I don't want to go in there. Those guys are sketchy. At one time I had permission in there, but since we lost the other farm, the other half of the farm, which is, my uncle owns this, just in case you didn't know, but uncle I farm with, but on the other side of the road, is a neighbor that we farmed for a long time. I don't see anything there. Long story short, after he passed away, his kids took it over, and they all got greedy and all but tripled the cash rent on us. So I'm not going to beat a dead horse on that. It was not a very good producing farm anyway. We lost most between floods and droughts because it's real sandy. I mean, we were on a river bottom. We're lucky our side is the better of the two, so I'm not complaining there. One year it flooded out, whereas we lost the total crop on their side, and we didn't. Surprisingly enough, ours made it. So that's just how it works. But anyways, keep moseying through till I find something, hopefully. Well, I still haven't found anything here. There are some pretty good trails. I'm guessing this is where the deer hung out this winter, because I've been following trails in and out through this timber here. And I know there was not that many last fall when I hunted. We're kind of sneaking through the timber the back way to my stand. I do believe this is a spot where I had planted a food plot last fall, or springtime. I could never get back in here because it was so overgrown. Didn't take long, but just following some trails. Not seeing nothing yet, but they're in here. As far as the sheds go, I don't know. Try to get down here this spring, maybe after a rain, about May. See if we can find some morel mushrooms. Problem is usually after rain you can't get in down here. So here we go. So to you beginner whitetail hunters, this is a scrape. You'll always find a scrape right below a low-lying branch. A deer, what they'll usually do is they'll paw a buck. It's always a buck. Will paw away at the ground, rub his scent glands that are above his brows, above his eyes, on this branch. They'll lick it. Then he'll pee on that spot and mark his territory. So I'm sure people are saying, well, you sure do talk an awful lot about whitetail. Well, that's what I do best, is whitetail hunt. I do turkey hunt, and at the current moment I'm trying to get a pheasant hunt lined up for this fall, but we got a lot of target practice shooting, a lot of pigeon shooting to do before we can do that. So looks like there's my stand. I don't know if you can see it from here. That's right there. And there are my cameras. There's one pointed right at a... See, this is the crossroads that I was talking about. They go that way to the river, creek, 4 Mile Creek, Platte River. They'll sneak in from that way or that way to the field, or they'll turn and go south. So let me pull my cameras and we'll go do some more looking. So I'm impressed. First time I've checked my cam since the beginning of December, and they're both still on. Both still have battery life. One had 4,000 pictures on it, 3,890 some, let's just say. And then the other one had 750. So that's impressive. And the one that faces south, I did a preview on it because that one I can preview the pictures on, and as of last night there was deer on it. So perfect. So what my goal was for the winter time was I was going to put up a feeder over here or over in that area, and I was going to whip up a concoction of some mineral and protein and cracked corn. But like I said, I was never able to get in here over the winter. You know, a good healthy herd is what we strive for, and I want to keep them in my area. You know, I'm not trying to sound greedy, but that's the name of the game these days. Everybody does it. So I'm not the only one. It's just, you know, I'm not necessarily trying to grow big bucks. The only way you can really truly grow a big buck is to leave the young bucks alone. And that's what I do. I passed up young bucks last fall. You know, I want to, you know, and it's just fair, you know, it's not right to shoot a year-old. Let them little guys go. You know, it's hard for my area to grow big bucks because the hunting pressure down here is horrible. And these guys can travel miles. So if I, you know, what I'm trying to do here, and then once the rut hits, then they'll just, you know, run off, and they'll could either A, get hit by a car, or somebody else will take them. So if my goal is if I can keep them in my timber, i.e. keeping them fat and happy by either food plots or you know, a little bit of supplement during the wintertime when there's nothing around to eat, because this is Reed's canary grass, and it's all dry. There's nothing there for them. This time of the year, wintertime, they're eating off twigs and nuts and stuff on the ground, and yeah. So I want to show you guys something. See right up here? That's a bald eagle's nest. And as I was walking through, one flew off. I'm guessing that was Daddy. And if I can look here, I'm sure he's giving me the stink eye from another tree. Because right now is about the time they'd start nesting or making baby eagles. 10 years ago, we never saw bald eagles around. It's just, it's great. I love seeing them. America bird. Freedom bird. So far, no luck on the sheds, though. And I know the deer do hang out here. You can see the trails everywhere. So keep looking. Alright, so here's my stand. I want to show you guys something. I found these laying at the base of my stand. those aren't mine. It's how I have it strapped up. Is how I've always left it. The ratchet part was laying by that tree, and that other strap was laying right here. Makes me think I need to try to sneak a cam in here somewheres, even though there's no sign of anybody ever being in here. You never know. I highly doubt a critter dragged those in here. So no, there's not a cover crop out here on this soybean field. This is just, it's funny, this is the only place that this grows. And it's some kind of, I don't know, it'll grow. See how green it is? I don't think it ever winter killed. I don't know, it's some kind of mossy, I don't know, river bottom type weed. I don't even know what it is. Oh boy. Where else can we find? See if we can find sheds. I mean, I've probably mentioned this before, but I've never had luck finding sheds down here. But you know what? It's nice out. I was starting to go stir crazy. Been wanting to get my cams for a few weeks. Never been able to. The snow is always too deep down here. And it's just nice to get out and take a walk through the timber. Let's see. I know the buggers will sneak back this way. I don't know. I'm going to keep walking here. Don't mean to bore you guys. Just one outdoor enthusiast to the next. So I'll let you know if I find something. Alright, I'm back at the pickup now. I meandered in and out through the timber for a while. Found a lot of sign of deer, but didn't find any sheds. They're around here somewheres. So, like I said, this timber, I've never been able to find them in there. It's not a big deal. It was a nice day. I felt I needed to get out and enjoy it a little bit. So, well, on a positive note, though, I will tell you this. As I was walking my way out along our field, along the neighbor's timber, along that east tree line there, I did, in fact, spook out a couple deer. So that was very promising to see. Very, very exciting to see this, especially this time of year. Usually they're, pretty sure there's two of them. They went and they took off along the east side of the tree line on the neighbor's timber, and they followed it up and along. It's probably, I'm guessing it's probably my does from last fall. So they're the residents down here. So anyways, that's all I got going on. And just, like I said, it was a nice day. Wanted to get out and take a walk through the timber. Let you guys know what the future to the channel was. So once again, I thank you for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. If you like what you see, please hit the like button. And as always, be safe, good luck, and most of all, have fun out there hunting. Catch you guys next time. Be good.